watch how a Ghanaian man built tracker system to help Nigerians from kidnapping.
Africa, we must see. We must build.
It's very important. If we will, like you always have in your conversations, no one is coming to help us. We must.
No one is coming.
No one. So it's very important that we as Africans begin to sit and begin to build technology that is human-centered, that will solve Africa's problem and challenges. This is very, very important. This is a major A-list in any of our government, institutional plans. It's very important, super, super important for us to begin to look within the troubles, the challenges, the setbacks, the roadblocks, and begin to build technology and solution towards these very areas.
Yeah. If you look at stories of men who built America, the likes of John D. Rockefeller, we can see America was practically built by innovators.
Yes, sir.
Entrepreneurs who innovated and were able to change the tide of things, brought them out of some of the depressing periods that they went through as a country. You feel innovation can bring us out of some of the quagmires we're in now as a continent?
Yes. Innovation has a major stake in our daily lives, if you see it that way. I remember very much when, before Facebook came, it was very difficult to actually find people around the world.
True.
Yes. And, Facebook came into the scene and changed the way we talk, chat, connect, communicate, see life in a more positive, more enlightened way.
Like broad connectivity.
Exactly. So when technology comes true in communities, in nations, we begin to rewrite history that fits our place here on earth.
Yeah.
It's very important. 10 years ago, Facebook, the Alibabas, the Amazon, they've changed. Now we're talking of AI. Next 10 years, again, there's going to be an involving an upgrade of all kinds of work life, the way we see life, the way we break. Everything is going to change next 10 years again to come. So technology is very, very important. And we Africans, we must not be left behind. We cannot be left behind.
You said something really profound. It's a thought process I agree with also. Nobody's coming to save us.
Nobody.
Do you feel Africa can innovate independently?
No. Why I would say no and a slight yes is because we must learn collaboration. When I came into Nigeria, even though I have a certain amount of information and knowledge within my space, it was very important that I also network with other Nigerians, or the South Africans, or the Kenyans, because everyone comes with his own food for thought, sense of belonging, and character. And so with us coming together as an ecosystem, we begin to look within what we need to solve, and also everyone brings on the table the problem they're facing. So we don't just fix Nigerians' problem. The Kenyan will bring onto the table Kenyan's problem. Ghanaians will bring onto the table Ghanaians' problem. And so holistically, when we begin to build solution, we begin to look at those rooms and those setbacks and also fill them and make sure that we'll be able to speak.
In respect to collaboration, let me share a very funny story with you. And this is me twisting it a bit and show you another detrimental side of it. Just, there's this thing called the rare earth minerals. And as agreed across the world, no one has the facility to process it like the Chinese. So that particular mineral is very essential in what they use in building the B-2 Spirit bomber, the American B-2 bomber. So something happened. An American military officer, one of their top defense officers, was speaking and talking about the invincibility of the B-2 bomber. Was bragging before the Chinese. Then the Chinese ambassador said, when you guys were using the B-2 bomber, carrying the blockbuster bomb to bomb certain areas in Iran, he said, you believe, because one of the things the Americans believe is the invincibility of the B-2 bomber. It has, on the radar, you almost can't detect it. It looks like a spot.
I know.
So that's like the, I think they call it, is this stealth operation? That's the uniqueness of that bomber. Then the Chinese said, newsflash, we didn't just notice your B-2 bomber flying. We were hearing the conversations in the cockpit.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh.
He said that during the interview. Flawless.
Flawless victory.
So that kind of made me, when I watched that, I said to myself, it seems at a certain level of power, collaboration in a sense can be dangerous. What do you think? Because this is technology we're talking about. So look at it, for instance. The Europeans, when Trump said he wanted Greenland, Europe said they were going to fight. And they were ready to do this and do that. But they have most of their fighting equipment were American built. How do you use the equipment I built to fight me?
Very challenging.
So looking at collaboration, looking at autonomy, and in respect to becoming a world power, what's the balance?
When we were building our groundbreaking technology solution, we looked at sovereignty.
Sovereignty is key.
Is key. Because everyone now is trying to protect their data.
Very important.
And so I believe collaboration will work if there is ethic collaboration. Ethic. Yes, ethic. Where...
So we have to pay attention to certain ethics.
That is it. We bring the right professors, not just professors, but the right informed men on the table that looks at what the other party wants to access. Then we can now say, okay, within this level of access, this is the amount of percentage of access you can be able to access. Because right now, the way information has grown, like the Chinese said, we can actually listen. So if we're looking at collaboration, we must look at ethic collaboration, where we begin to say, okay, within this level of technology, this is the amount of information that you can access, and this you cannot, because we must protect.
We have to protect this.
We have to protect.
In respect to that, I'll tell you another quick story. After the First World War, the Germans, I think the Germans gave a gift to the Americans. It's like a plaque. Very interesting one. You don't trust your enemy when they give you a gift, do you?
Definitely.
They scanned it to check if it receives or transmit radio frequency. If there's any hidden camera, nothing. And then the Americans, as a demonstration of solidarity, whatever it is they wanted to demonstrate, put that in the president's office. And it was there for several years, several administrations. Till later it was detected that even though this doesn't have any transmitter, it doesn't receive radio frequencies, it has a bouncer, something that bounces radio frequency. As we speak now, there's a frequency. It's coming at the frequency.
Yes,
that bounces those frequencies to another device somewhere else. So everything the Americans have been discussing in the president's office has been tapped into. There is also another story. I think they gave one of these, I don't want to mention the organization now, a building. Let's say, for instance, Chinese say we're giving you a building. That's collaboration. Only to find out it's been bugged.
Definitely.
So in respect to sovereignty, data protection, we cannot talk about innovation and not get into conversation of data protection. But there's no point innovating if our data are all there. Look at what they're doing. The American health bill given to Africa. They want our data. Why data? Data is money. Data is the real gold. Organizations need data to know what they're going to do. So look at what we these are things that we don't have our countries discussing with some of these companies who protects our data on Facebook. Now there is the litigation against Gmail. Are you aware?
Yes.
And the fact that they're selling our data. So all these things going on like that. Data protection, technology, autonomy, collaboration. I really want us to get into the ethics. Africa, for such a long time, I'm very passionate about this continent. I've been subjugated. And we have always played fairly.
Yes.
It has not helped us.
It has not helped us.
Now, I grew up in a house of innovation. My dad will build amplifiers from the scratch, speakers from the scratch, keyboards from the scratch. I watch him do all those things, paneling by himself from the scratch. But we had to use Chinese transistors, Chinese diode, Chinese capacitors. I love physics. So we do the calculation, the capacitance, the resistance, we do all those things from the scratch. But we had to depend on their stuff. And it has not helped us. There are also those who can argue that we don't build any technology here, we couple. China is the factory of the world. What do you have to say to that?
I'm going to touch some point. The other day I was telling my wife that our kids have to learn Mandarin. Whether we like it or not.
Why?
China is going to be the superpower. Why our kids need to learn Mandarin is because in having conversations, especially because we are building family businesses, and there will be a room where we'll begin to come into some certain offices and nations, and we'll begin to have conversations. And if our kids have knowledge of how the Chinese work, think, and process, then there's an advantage. Ever since, years and years, all they've done is to study us. They know us. They understand our language. In Ghana, Chinese are there. They speak three Ghana Hausa. Yes. Because I don't want to mention some certain things here because I know there's a podcast, but we emerging leaders must understand that it's war out there.
It is actually.
It is war. And both intellectual war is more important. Information war is super important.
Yeah.
I always tell people, I don't watch TV in our home. We don't, because I know everything that is online that you see is fabricated, is designed for you to be waved off of the main issue on the ground.
Yeah.
I always tell my wife, my motto in the house is answer all questions, question or answers. Yes, that's my motto. Question or answers, whatever, and just question it. Because there's something that underlying that you might not see. So we know that, yes, we have been robbed, we have been disenfranchised, but I believe that the new Africans that are coming, when we begin to look at this very, very viewpoints and begin to look at this very, very setbacks that our fathers has experienced, then I believe, like you're a very strong personality. And I believe that if we begin to have prototypes of your kind on the table, asking the right questions, trust me, we'll come to a right judgment.
Yeah, every great transformation begins with the right questions.
Yes.
And I also believe it begins with the right curriculum.
Yes.
I think so far our curriculum has wired us to be a dependent economy, in the sense that we depend on others to make everything. We're a consumer economy.
Simple. And you're right. Two things I tell my wife and kids, school and religion. If we deal with these two things, I believe, and then ownership of our
school and religion.
Oh, school and religion.
Get into the religion.
Oh boy. If we deal, most of us, why we have not become who we should have become is because there was roadblocks from religion in our mind.
You know, one of the things that makes religion really powerful is that it's the only place even an intellectual person can be without his God.
Trust me. Trust me. And you feel that you are actually walking in the right path. Not knowing you've wasted your time, you've kept a generation waiting because you're a savior. For everyone that shows up on earth, God sends you to tackle a certain generation, calling out for you.
Yeah.
So the more you delay them, the more they suffer. So it's time when we begin to restructure and review what's being taught within religion. Trust me, because religion is powerful, whether we like it or not.
It is powerful.
It is super.
I wish I can get into
it is
stories about
powerful.
the Roman Empire and things they did.
You know,
It's
the ownership of land, the ownership of it's so for, and I believe this Gen Zs are asking the right questions. What I would like.
They're what?
They're asking the right questions. They're asking some questions. My son will look at me and say, "Daddy, why this?" And I'll tell him, if I don't know, I'll tell him, let's talk about this in the next 2 days.
You go do the research.
Yes. Because it's important we answer them.
Yeah, it's important.
We didn't have parents that answered our questions. And so we had a mind block. Do not ask questions.
Yeah.
So whatever is in front of you, just follow the leader. And that kept us in a box for a very long time. Then a season came in my life where I detached from family.
Wow.
And I began to ask the right questions again. For you to come into the space I am in now, it has been questions and afflictions that brought me into innovation.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. You know how we met? You were in a meeting.
Yes.
The person had heard about you and about your wife. I'm not sure people know yet who your wife is. I'm going to show them. I heard about you in church. But so I was like, oh, there's this man, very lovely man. He's in our church now and all that. I was like, okay. And one night, I got a call from Dr. Obi.
Yes.
And she was like, Femi, how are you? I said, I'm good. I said, there's someone here now, one of your members. Then she now later told me that I think you were in a meeting.
Yes.
And then she was just agitated. That why is it that we don't have churches, Christians actively preparing people for power, to get involved and all those things? I said, nope. Have you heard of Apostle Lazarus?
Exactly. That was what I said.
Yes. And she was like, oh, that's my boy.
Yes.
You know. And for me, it makes all the sense, first, that you were even in that meeting.
Yes.
Then meeting you, the way you think, your perspective. And I think one of the most inspiring thing about you is your fighting spirit. You don't back down.
I know it, sir. Very true.
You've had to fight a lot through life.
Yes, sir.
Do you want to talk about that a bit?
Yes. Some of us, we started fighting before we showed up here.
Wow.
Yes. I remember when I was being told about my archetype, how we all came. And my mom and my dad, 3 months before my birth, they divorced. It was serious. So there were contentions because the last one coming, I'm the last of 3 boys. The last one coming was a carrier of a mantle, or will I say spectre. But what the enemy, I tell my friends and my partners, is that if God is going to use you, or if the earth is going to use you, the devil will come early for you. He will come early. And so coming forth with my mom and she helping to keep me, nurture me, and also build this person, was a woman that found love but lost it. Then the baby she had also, she wanted to move that very love episode to him, but couldn't find it again. So I saw my mom struggle with love, affection, and personality. Then I told myself, life is about war. This life is war. And so even though she tried to give me all I needed, but I could see within her heart that she was a woman that had to fight. And she taught me one thing, said, son, nobody's going to give you something.
Nobody's giving
you. So if you must be who you must be, you must fight your way through it. I tell people, apart from religious fight or church fight, one of the vicious fights you will deal with is family fight. Family fight is terrible.
Quite intense.
Because family is where you're vulnerable.
True.
Family is where you are.
It's where you can win battles everywhere and lose there.
Thank you. And from a very young child, people can see and relate that this is going to be a king. This is going to be him. And rather than them helping to model, sustain, and keep, they want to burn you. So what God did for me, or what like the elements did for me, is to help me learn how to confront and keep the energy for the time ahead. Because there are battles that will come if you don't have the energy to sustain, not to fight, sustain. You might not be able to see the next season. So in sustaining you for a certain season, you learn mastery. You learn wisdom. You learn the art of war.
The art of war. That's a book.
It's a very important skill. So in my journey, I was very lonely, but it was important for me. Because in my loneliness was where I found me. And that's where I seek my strengths. And even in marriage, sometimes my wife will complain that you just want to be alone. I said yes, because it's been a certain template for me. And again, in my place of loneliness is where I have inspiration. Because there's so much noise. So much noise. And so sometimes, you need to be quiet to find you.
Wow.
You need to be quiet to know what's being said in the next season. You need to be quiet to navigate the next season, because what can be said, you might not have the capacity to navigate. So there are two things. You might have a word for a season, but you don't have capacity to navigate. So in the place of quietness is where you begin to have a roadmap, how to navigate. Because every season, COVID came, shut down everyone. Some people saw ahead. Our company was, Agri-Buttons is doing Nigeria, South Africa, and Ghana. But Nigeria and South Africa. So when I told my wife, I said, something is coming in South Africa. We need to move towards Nigeria before it's even started showing up. So sometimes, you find that in the season, what is being shown to you, you also need to know how to navigate and take decisions. It might not sound well, it might not look good, but at the end of the day, it all makes sense.
True. Wow. You have a story.
Thank you, sir. A lot.
You have come up with many things. We're going to talk about them one after the other. But you know my style of the show, right?
I know, sir.
I have my bias around, and that's because of my concern about our security issues.
Yes.
And that's one of the reasons why panic button is it's very concerning.
Yeah, I know.
Can we talk about it for a bit?
Panic button was bettered out. I like to give context to this. When my wife was kidnapped.
Wait now. Which country did they kidnap your wife?
Lagos, Nigeria.
Oh my God. We have done it again.
Yes.
Oh. Your wife was kidnapped.
My wife was kidnapped.
And in the rest, after they released her, you came up with a solution for kidnapping.
I had to. Because I could see the trend that this was going to bet out a massive kind of series of that. So I panicked. That was where I got the name Panic Button. Because, yes, I panicked all day. She was invited by Inspiration FM in Lagos. Yes. Because this herbal remedy and herbal solution, she's been there.
Yeah.
So they gave her a slot in Inspiration FM that she should come have conversation on how to use food to do a lot of things. Then that day, she left home. And later on, the manager of Inspiration FM called me and said, "Where's your wife?" I said, "She left here 2 hours ago." He said, "She's not at the studio."
Oh.
Yes. Then I was confused. I called the number. It was ringing, but nobody was speaking. And I know my wife, if it rings twice, she must speak. I did all that. Then I panicked. Oh, how I panicked. Then I knew something has happened. The story is so dynamic that if not for goodwill, that's how she came off. By now, there won't be Cesar Agri. It's such a conversation I'll have to actually build up in another season of this very, very podcast.
No, let's have it. Let's have it.
Okay, so she said she got down at one of the markets trying to pick one of two things, and someone followed her behind. And the guy tapped her and said, excuse me, I'm going to so place. Can you help me? And while she was trying to describe, take this bus, she turned. The guy put a gun by her waist and said, don't say anything, just follow me. While the guy was with a gun with her, the 4x4 showed up in front of her and they put her at the back seat. They told her to lie down. And they told her, tell your husband to transfer this X amount of money as quick as possible.
What?
Yes. She said they were in the car, in that very car, for an hour or two. When they got to this destination, it was an uncompleted building. From the gate, you could see block parts, clothes, footwears, and different rooms had all kinds of cries, all kinds of sound.
Oh,
It
really?
was scary. Yeah. So that was their onboarding station.
In Lagos?
Yes. No. It was actually at Lume. What's it called? When you're going out of Seme.
Badagry.
Seme.
Seme border.
Yes. I will tell you how she found out. It was at Seme.
So she was around Seme?
No, she was in Lagos. They drove her all the way to Seme.
Oh.
And they had an onboarding station. So she could hear.
But how did they escape all the customs, all the people you see on the road?
Is a system. It's a system. And so when she got in, they kept her in this room. He said the room had all kinds of clothes. And so you will hear in conversation, that woman didn't pay, cut her part. Baba is waiting. And you know, that kind of sound and voice could actually drain you. And she was there hoping and holding on. Some of the guys came into the room. They will check you out. Oh, this one, there's good money. Or depending on what was asked, either a part or money, depending what was asked and how to be delivered. And so the guy left. Another guy came that spoke one of the languages. She understands that language. I don't want to call the language. So while the guy spoke the language on the phone, something in her said, speak to him. And she said to the guy, she said the same language to him. And the guy was like, where are you from? And she said, I am from so place. The guy said, what family? She called the family name. Literally, the young man's father, when they drove them away from a certain village, it was their father that accommodated them and gave them a home.
Yeah.
And the young man said, I can't do this. I can't do this. So he told her, wait, I'm coming. So he ran out of the house, went to have conversation with the guys. We don't know. She came back. Where my wife was, there was a small window. He broke the glass and told her it was getting dark and told her, run, never look back. If you see a bike, go into the bush. Literally, she was thinking she was in Lagos. When she jumped and started running, she ran for 1 hour. Thick bush. And luckily, she found a bike guy, elderly man. So she stopped the guy and said, please take me to the bus stop. The man was speaking French.
There you know.
Yes. He was like, okay, take me out of here. And the man drove nothing less than 35 to 40 minutes to the stop. When they got to the bus stop, the man knew that something has happened to her. Then she got some people, the man got some people to speak to her in English. And so the person that could speak English said, you are Seme. Yeah, but I agree. And
where were they driving from?
Yes,
from Cotonou.
From it was terrible experience. Then she called me. When she called me, literally, Inspiration FM has gotten the police, have gotten the military on guard. And when she called me, I said, "Where?" She said, "It's a long story. We'll talk about this." So when she came back, we informed Inspiration FM. She went for therapy because it was very it was very scary season for her. Then there was a burden on me because we had to leave. We had to leave Nigeria then. I went back to Ghana. Then when I got to Ghana, then I started designing Panic Button. Because the whole season when she was held, I panicked the whole season. And so while I was drawing out my storyboard, writing my stories and trying to create a meaning on that very concept, we came up with Panic Button. And so that is the context of this very concept of the Panic Button.ai. So what we did was, after months and with my team, so what the Panic Button does is that if you are driving, let's even come back to the scenario where she was held and she was with her phone. All she had to do was just press the Panic Button app. When you press the Panic Button app, even though you do not say anything, because it gives you two options. The option is, one is voice option and one is a picture option. So the voice says, thieves are in my house, please help. What it does is that it sends that very data into a server. Then the server sends it into our operational department. We pick it from there, we analyze it because it sends video. So immediately you send it to the server monitors where you are, monitors where you are on ground. Then what it does is that it's on video. So it sees where you are, 9 meters, 10 meters, 20 meters, monitoring what is happening on the ground, then gives that data to the operational data center. Then the data center sends it to the security services on ground. And so when it sends to the security services could have an informed decision before they mount on their trail.
The beautiful thing about this is that it can analyze few meters around where you are kidnapped.
Exactly.
So now you have a location.
Yes, you have the location. You have the data of the person speaking or the person that sent that information immediately. Then that data is sent to the security agencies. Then they can have an informed decision before they deploy. Because that's a good thing. If you have an informed decision before you deploy, you cannot strategize. That is the whole idea.
Yeah. The only problem I have with that is our police here are very interesting guys. Let me share a story with you. Years ago, they were robbing an hostel in Ile-Ife. We got a call at night. They were threatening that they will rape the girls when they come in. They were trying to break in. They called me. I gathered a few of my people, went to the police station, that please come help our people, they are robbing here. We met one policeman, sat down on his chair with a lantern in front of him, AK-47 strapped to his chest. In every way, shape, or form you can use to wake a human being, I tried to wake this policeman. Pulled him, sir, officer, sir. You were just like... Now in retrospect, maybe he was drunk. Went around the cell, just him. Officer! Till we had to go and gather guys. And they gathered some sticks and stormed that place that night. And that's how they were able to scare those guys away. So we're in a system where those who are employed for the work are not even patriotic enough to do it. These are some of the
setbacks
yes, around this. Apart from the police, does it also work with any other agency?
Yes. So what we've actually looked at some of the setbacks, which is very.
You've analyzed
we analyzed them, a lot of them,
and also the fact that most kidnappers, when they get their victims, they take their mobiles from them.
Exactly. So what happens is that when you're onboarding, it gives you the option to onboard 3 family members. So that means if I'm signing up, I could be able to put a trigger to my wife, my brother, or my pastor. So what the trigger does is that immediately you press the panic button, this very sub personality gets the trigger that this is where we are. So in case you're taken. 2 is that we're also looking at a strategy where I remember very well. In Nigeria, they're looking at in-city policing, where you have the vigilantes within the cities or within the states. We're also trying to see how, because they have to be trained.
They're trying to do that now, actually.
Yes, they're trying to do that. So that will really help a lot of the vigilantes in vigilantes to be on ground. Again, the third strategy or advantage is that immediately our data, our satellite picks you where you are, or either a drone or our satellite or our data center picks. What it does is it captures everybody on the scene. It captures everybody on the so it gives that data of who you are on the scene. So literally, even though we do not find you at that scene, wherever you are, and the drone or our network will find you, it alerts the data center that this person has been seen either in Oyo State or Akwa Ibom State.
When you talk about the satellite imaging,
yes,
these are things that can be done in collaboration with Google.
That's what I'm saying. Yes,
Google Earth will give you some real time.
That is why it's easier for us to want to deploy with them. We definitely, but again, we're quite very concerned about sovereignty and data. The company we're speaking to is an Egyptian company on satellites, renting of satellite space within the satellite network. But because we know how limiting our data internet services is in Africa, and this is life-saving, we need to be up and running in record time. In 5-10 seconds, we should be able to know where this person is, what is going on ground. It's very, very important. And I believe that immediately there's a consciousness that a thief or a kidnapper knows that someone is watching me. He thinks twice before he goes on deployment. Again, is that if he knows that there's power on citizens' their hands, then that means that if there is a noise, let's say 3 blocks away, and several people are pressing on the panic button, the way the AI is trained is to know that this is a hotspot. Immediately we begin to engage within that place. Fourthly is that within the app, it gives you what we call the morning feed. What it does is that it gives you a generic information on what's happening in different locations. So that means that if there's maybe an accident or there's a robbery somewhere, it gives you a feed that do not pass this location or do not pass this area this morning because it's a hotspot for this. The idea is, like I said in the beginning, that the Africa we want to see, we must build it.
We have to build it. And looking at the things you're mentioning here, I'm looking at it, there are several agencies you need to collaborate with.
Very much.
You need to collaborate with the surveillance, at least a surveillance agency.
Yes.
The security agency of the government.
Very true.
Because you need to be granted certain access and data.
I'm going to talk about that.
Resources for deployment.
Yes.
Are you open to strategic partnership?
Oh, yes. We are very much open. Okay. I remember when we came, we understand how this works. So we had to do our patents, our copyrights, and also our trademark.
So this is patented now?
This is patented. Right, it's copyright and also trademark. And also, because this very solution, for you to deploy, you need to make sure that also compliance is very, very important. Compliance. So right now, we're actually speaking with some of the
is there any system to mitigate false alarm?
So that is also one very question that we actually brought on the table.
Because deploying, they look at the facilities required to deploy, it takes a lot. And false alarm will be costly.
Very much. So the way the AI is trained is that when you trigger, the AI studies your voice, studies the environment.
In a case where the person can't speak?
So in a case where the person can speak, is either a picture is taken. But what we're trying to do is that as we scale, there'll be more room for innovation and more upgrade. We definitely know false alarm. People will definitely be funny to raise all kinds of actions.
And AI is very important.
Yes.
We're currently working on an AI system that can run interviews.
That's it.
With my voice, my face, and everything.
It makes sense.
Speak as I speak, analyze questions as I do.
Better. Even better.
Yeah.
So the AI, the way it's designed and the way we've actually trained it is that it studies, it notifies.
Yeah.
And it be able to make decisions.
It means that in weeks or months now, you can be watching the classified and the person there is not familiar as us, but AI.
I know. Yeah, it's it's here.
And it's here already. That's as far as the world is going.
Yeah, it's here.
And you can have a system where you're here in the studio, I'm in Kenya, you're having the conversation, I'm speaking from Kenya. Yeah. By the time we are done, we are both sitting together.
Exactly. It's Kenya. I mean, telemedicine is actually doing that. at this point in time. That's why I said technology is very, very important, and we must be able to have a share in this cake. Telemedicine has become a very strong model within the medical sector.
Amazing.
It is here. No matter what is being said about technology, it's very, very paramount that we
have to harness it.
We have to.
We have
to be part of this very, very
and
solution.
that's one of the things that has made your innovations very dear to my heart, because they are focused on real-time problems.
Yes, sir.
This brings us to the next one. BedTrack.
BedTrack.
You love BedTrack.
I love BedTrack.
Why?
Because
I love panic button. You love BedTrack.
BedTrack.ai hit me harder than panic button.
Okay, so you have a story also?
I also have a story with BedTrack.
So it's like when you go through troubles, you come back with solution for everybody.
That is how I'm designed. So I also want to give context. 2 years ago, when I was not with my family, my wife called me and said that she has cancer. It troubled me. Cancer? From where? How? How did we get here? So I had to leave everything I was doing and head back home. When I got to her, the woman I left was different from the woman I saw. I knew that this was it. So I had to call my team and said, I won't be at work for a while.
Wow.
That I worked for a while took 2 years and I never went back to the office.
Are you serious?
Yes. That 2 years, I had to be with her. When people say I actually understand that people shop for shoes, clothes. We were shopping for medical hospitals.
Wow.
We were shopping. Because
wow.
Time is of the essence.
Yeah.
And the way the system works, especially when you're in different parts of Africa, is that even within the medical sector, you will struggle.
You can. The doctor can struggle to get
even
treatment
with
for the
your
wife.
money.
Yeah.
But the exciting thing and amazing thing was that when I knew that this has come before me, I was always having my diary because I was writing all the things missing within the coordinating platform. So when it triggers her in the house and we need to go to the hospital when it comes, because she had lymphoma, mantle cell lymphoma, which is the cancer of the heart.
Yeah.
So when she loses that, when it triggers her, what we normally do is that we call the family doctor. Then you need to wait for an ambulance or you get a car to go. That is one point. The second point is you don't know whether there is a bed available for you. And so, while in the experience of having her towed from the house to the hospital could actually fill your heart.
And not knowing if there will be a bed space.
Not knowing that there's a bed space. Not knowing whether your family doctor is actually having surgery with somebody else. You have to do the waiting.
Wow.
And so, it was a very taxful moment for me. And so what we do with her is that you have to pay for a specific VIP bed for the next 1 month or 2 months. And a VIP bed could be $50 or $70 a day. Per day. Because sometimes, it could trigger her in the midnight, so you know that you have a space. And these were things that I pinpointed. Imagine how many people that might not be able to buy bed space.
Yeah.
So the BedTrack app is a healthcare emergency coordinating intelligence. What it does is that if there's an emergency here right now and we've lost someone, someone just drops here right now. When you pick up our app, what the app does is that first of all, it shows you the nearest hospital close to you. 2, it shows you the hospital that has a bed availability. So if I check if I pick up the app and I can see that there's a hospital in the next 5 to 10 minutes away from here, there's confidence. Then I could pick up my car. If you send an information on that, you can actually call the customer center. What the customer center does is that the customer center takes your complaint, informs you because they are also seeing the nearest hospital next to you, informs our agent in the hospital, or inform the data center within that hospital, which is the operational sector, that someone is coming. So they prepare your bed space. If you have a digital medical report, you can actually send it to us. We send it to the hospital. The hospital,
which is
gets
what
ready.
most hospitals are doing now.
Exactly.
Medical reports.
So before you come in, they already study your data reports.
They're studying your data.
They've studied your health reports. Then now they can now administer to you. Thirdly, we know some of the setbacks, especially in Nigeria. Even though you get to the hospital,
Ghana, Cameroon, and Cote d'Ivoire,
we know the
Senegal,
setbacks. You have to go through registration and just imagine.
It can be a lot.
It can be a lot. So what we want to do with the insurance company is that if you are registered with the BedTrack app, what the BedTrack app does, there's a space where it gives you an insurance for 20 to 50,000 naira, which we're discussing with the HMOs, because that is where insurance now comes in. Yeah. So immediately you get to the hospital, immediately they check your data system, they know that you're already insured and they can now administer to you.
Wow.
If the point A hospital where you are, maybe a fatal accident, does not have the whole infrastructure or the whole equipment to handle you, what it does is that we would trigger ambulance, because within the app, there's an ambulance facility. The ambulance will get your data and move into your location.
So they can know what to be equipped with?
Pick you up
transiting
and move you to another point.
Wow.
That is equipped for you. It's something that, so these were the few points, coordination that was not when we were running around with my wife. And I knew that if not for love and because I was there, we'll have lost her, because these were few setbacks. These were major setbacks. And I remember that some people have lost lives because they move from point A to point B, then getting to hospital C.
Yeah, one of the things that hurt me the most is that people find a way to religiously say it's God's will. Look at the number of people that died of malaria before solutions came. What about measles, smallpox? All the things. So it means that disaster is the inevitability that you have until man will ascend in wisdom. So it's not compulsory, you see. And what you're doing here is that you're seeing a gap. So we don't have like the 911 system or the 999 system they use in UK, 911 in US, that you call the government, you call straight up, they can track where you are, get ambulance for you and all that. You see those loopholes and that's what you're fitting in. Looking at the BedTrack system, it will require that hospitals register with the app.
Yes.
So it means that you, and by the way, let me also use this opportunity to say this, that Family Lazarus Consulting Firm is open for consultation.
Thank you, sir.
I just have to say that. So, and in case you're watching and you have a business, you have something you want to do, you need clarity, you need strategy, or you want a retainer and a consulting firm that can work with you in building a team structure, excellent administrative system. I just want to invite you to come around, all right? Join us anytime, any day, and I'll be right there with you one-on-one till we get to it. So you're welcome.
Thank you.
And I just have to say that. I mean, because you see, when I see any organization forming or formed, I can, I'm X-raying it immediately, thinking about every relevant structure needed for that to work the way it should work. So it will require hospitals registering with you.
It requires hospital registering. We are speaking to some of the stakeholders. We're trying to get it from the top all the way to the bottom, because when agencies or the
you have something here.
Yes. So I'm going to put on the light. So this is what we call is a sensor. It's a human presence detector. So what this does with the BedTrack, you can see the agri buttons in it. What it does is that for us, we found that the idea of human intelligence and artificial intelligence, it's very possible. But what happened the day our agent does not come to the hospital, that means lives will be lost. So what this does is that this is a sensor. This sensor, the way it is being trained and being modeled is that it actually studies the human matrix, your sleeping pattern, your waking up pattern, your heartbeat. Let me tell you a story about this.
This is another.
It's part of it. So this is a sensor. Yes, it's another. We just built it.
It's different from the bed track.
It works with the bed track. So let's say, within the bed, you just strap it.
I see it has a suction system at the back. Can I see?
Suction system.
Yeah. So meaning that it can even be.
Yes. Immediately, you just put it on the bed.
Okay.
So what it does is that we actually while doing our R&D, we found that what happens the day our agent is sick, she couldn't make it, rain falls, and all those few setbacks. With this, what this does and the way it is being programmed is that the AI, so this works with all kinds of compartments with it. It's actually a human presence detector, which studies micro motions of everything happening within the bed. Everything happening within the bed. The idea is, again, is what happens if there's a pandemic and there is a medical center or a ward where human beings can go in? This works. Because what this does is that it studies everything that happens in that room. Now, let me give you a story that will help buttress this. When we're building this, my lead engineer, that was around Salah, he took this to Kano. And he actually left this on his wall just to study it in Kano. So they left for their fellowship with his friends. He was so far away. But what happened was on his phone, because what happened is that when he picks up detections, it beeps on his phone because he's actually installed that very operation platform.
There's an app that comes with it.
There's an app that comes with this. So while it was beeping, the AI told him that there's an irregular heartbeat happening around a certain meter. He didn't understand what it was. And he asked, what's going on? He told him, if you're not home in the next 10 minutes, the person in question might lose their life. Guess what? It was his father. His father was in the house. His father did not go with him. His father was having a stroke. So the AI triggered him. And so he had to drive with his brothers. When they got home, they found the father on the floor. And that saved the father's life. And they had to take the father to the hospital. So when they got to the hospital, which was in Kano,
this now can, apart from tracking movement,
yes,
there's also a sensor there that can track.
It's a sensor.
It's a sensor system.
It's a sensor system. Radio. It's a sensor. The idea is to monitor what happens on the bed and also in the ward.
So this will be positioned close to.
This is positioned to the bed.
To the bed.
So this immediately the person is the minute person leaves the bed, it informs us that the bed is not occupied. So in real time, we have the bed that is available.
This is my copy, right?
Yes. And so again, while they called the ambulance to come pick them up, the father, he said to me that 25 minutes, the ambulance could not move. Why? There was no fuel.
Please don't tell me that's Nigeria.
There was no fuel.
Is that Nigeria?
I won't call it. So for 35 minutes, the ambulance team was communicating with the other department, and it was back and forth. We don't have fuel. We don't have this. And so with his experience, we now design a tracker for the ambulance. So what this tracker does is that, like I said earlier in my presentation, that if you're in hospital A and hospital A does not have it doesn't have the equipment to help save you, we inform the ambulance. The ambulance comes to pick you. So now this tracker, what it does is that this tracker helps to monitor ambulances. It helps to monitor where the car is. It helps to regulate if the fuel is on low or high.
Well, this seems to be what will be more efficient in the system that has data.
We have to do those things.
We have to digitalize our data.
We have to. It's important.
It's important.
Ghana has struggled with these limitations when it comes to bed on a bed. Not just Ghana, Africa. I mean, the mortality rate in Africa is 47%.
Emergency cases?
Yes. On bed and availability in hospitals. Major life have been lost. I remember when I had the presentation.
47% is high.
Very high. Very high.
That's confirmed data?
Confirmed data online. When I had my first presentation at Light Camp, which was
last year.
Last year, I had 50 mothers came to me and they cried. I'll tell you why I stayed. The mother said to me, my son died in school because we moved from one hospital to the other. We couldn't save him. A lady said to me, my elder brother that was the one that keeps the family had an accident on the road. They were trying to get him to the hospital. They went to the first hospital, no bed. Went to the second hospital, no bed. The third hospital, he died. One said to me, my wife was pregnant. I was about to move my wife to the hospital. We went to the first hospital, the emergency was full. We went to the second one and went to the third one, we lost her. Imagine if we had a facility like this. What would have happened in
Again, this is what hurts me the most. It's the fact that when people look at the things that God has given us brains to cater for and take care of, that we have failed to do,
Yes.
then they find a way to say the person's time has come. There's something called sleep apnea. There are people who experience irregular sleep pattern sometimes, where in the sleep it looks like their heart is stopping. Some people choke in their sleep.
Yes.
Many things happen. With some of the innovations like this,
Yes.
and sometimes some of your smartwatches
Smartwatches.
can even begin to vibrate when your blood pressure drops.
Exactly, it's high.
Begin to check on you. Something happened recently. Somebody had an heart attack in a Tesla car,
It was locked.
and the Tesla car drove him, self-drove him, and drove him to the hospital.
Yeah.
Could have died.
Exactly.
And there's also something. I feel like crying right now because I'm angry. I'm angry. There's also something I saw. This new, I think, Volks vehicle that they just made. If while driving the vehicle, the person on the steering slips off, the vehicle will it will on the hazard light, or the person has any form of emergency, it will begin to slow down. The vehicle will park itself, then will open the door and begin to on itself, calling attention to that. You see, it's not just so much about people bragging and speaking in tongues or just shouting, wearing some religious regalia up and down. There is supposed to be a form of wisdom that is a product of this that solves human problems. A miracle is either instantaneous, spiritual, and I say this, when wisdom creates, it's also a miracle.
Yes, sir. Very true.
So look at this now. So it means that we're having people who are getting into heaven in emergency cases.
That's it.
And like just getting there, like you ought not to die now.
Ought not to die. The doctor at Kano said to my team lead and the father when he saw the condition, he said, how did you guys do it? He saw this. He said, this was what saved them. Now they are the first installer. They want to sign up for this, hundreds of it, because they know that this saved a life. And we did a testing.
So people can sign up for this?
Yes, we can sign up for this. We are actually looking at elderly care. Even schools for you to know what's going on.
I just want to say this to every innovative Nigerian, and you're a Nigerian now. Forget about Ghana for now. You're a Nigerian. for let's just say every innovative Africans, don't stop. Don't stop.
Yes.
There's a guy that made all my drawers. He designs them. The drawers comes with remotes.
Yes, lock.
And in case you're not around to press the remote, someone is there and you keep your remote somewhere, you have the app.
That's it.
You can open it from wherever you are
Convenience.
and lock it back wherever you are. You can use it for any other system. And then you can also use your fingerprint. These are interesting things that needs to happen. And I'm glad.
And we must begin to think in that part. We must begin to change the old guard. We must begin to see, and like I said, you said earlier, every struggle, every pain that has come to me has bettered out all kinds of inventions.
That's the thing. It looks like even the devil is scared of troubling you right now.
Yeah, because everything that comes,
because it's like any problem you go through, you just
I must channel it into doing something very innovative. And these are the greatest invention. And the good thing is that it's first of its kind in the world.
Wow.
So when we were auditing on our copyright and trademark, they couldn't find any prototype to use.
Wow.
This is both
everything is patented?
It's patented. We've
Right.
done all that. So they were very excited that this is coming out from Africa. And some of the doctors are really excited that
you open to partnerships,
collaborations.
All right. So as we stream this, you have your
yes, sir,
contact details, your organization there, where they can reach out and then hopefully get to talk with you if any organization want to partner with you from anywhere in the world. And so by the way, for those who are trying to figure out who our wife is, you should know her, Mrs. Cesar Gray. Your wife has been one of the most phenomenal guests we've had on this podcast. I think my conversation with her is among top 3 most streamed conversation globally. Yes. In fact, till yesterday, I still got mails from people saying, how can we reach her? And sometimes when I look at the both of you, I just said, oh my God, how did these two guys come together? Your intelligence, your spirit, your drive, the things that you do. And I want to say that talking with you today on this platform is also another high point for us and my team on the classified. And so beautiful and so nice. You have inspired me, just to let you know, the things that you have said. Your wife still owes me one more declassified. And now that she is even into lots more formulations, she keeps getting more certifications and all manner of stuff like that. I think one of these days we're going to have, apart from the one that she owes me, another one where it's the both of you sitting and we're, getting into some stuff.
I love stories.
Because one of the things I also love about you is your marriage. Yeah. I love the way both of you carry yourselves.
Thank you, sir.
So nice having you today on
Thank
the
you so
classified. Thank you.